It just really changed my mindset about a lot. It changed my perspective on how I view money, how the world operates. Like, legit, when it says on the cover, what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not, baby, I was just amazed. I was so amazed. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Kiani, the responsible homegirl, and this is a space where I'll be helping you manage your money so your money doesn't manage you, and really sharing some things with you so you can create the life that you desire. So today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite, like all-time favorite personal finance books, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Y'all, I love this book. It has been so instrumental with me or for me in my personal finance journey. And when I started this journey, I legit knew really changed my mindset about a lot. It changed my perspective on how I view money, how the world operates. Like, legit, when it says on the cover, what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not, baby, I was just amazed. I was so amazed. So today I'm going to go into some deep details about the lessons that I've learned out of this book, lessons that I definitely have applied to my life. I'm going to continue to apply to my financial life and teach my kids when I do have kids one day. So hopefully this video inspires you to, one, purchase the book, read the book, and then take action on some of the things that are inside. So let's jump right in. So just to begin, lesson one, he came out of the gate with saying, the rich don't work for money. So with that being the title of the book, the title of the chapter, I'm like, the rich don't work for money. Well, how do they make money? So underneath it says, the poor and middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. So boom, as you read this chapter, or as I read this chapter, so many things got exposed to me. So we are so used to, or have been conditioned to believe, that our income matters, what we make. Oh, we need a 6-figure job. We need this particular job that makes so much money. But even then, you're still trading your time for your money. But what he explains in this chapter is the rich don't work for money. They earn their money in whatever they do, and then their money goes to work. So as you look at money as a tool, and a tool is something that you have to use to either complete a project or do a project, whatever it is, that's the same way that you need to view your money. So the rich don't work for money. The poor and the middle class do, but the rich allow their money to work for them. So how does that look? How can your money work for you? So, the first thing that comes to mind is investing. And there are so many different ways that you can invest. So, reading this book, this is an investment. Why? Because this is my education. Whatever I read in this book, I don't care if I have $0 in my bank account, you cannot take the knowledge out of my brain. So I could still apply something that I read in the book. So now let me get back to what it looks like for your money to be working for you. So you take money that you earn from your 9 to 5 or wherever, and you invest it in something else that will produce money for you. So whether that's investing in the stock market, making sure that you invest in your employer's like 401k, your retirement plan, a Roth IRA. If you don't have a 401k at your job, you need an individual retirement account, because the earlier you start, the better. And what does that do? Your money is working for you. So the rich gets rich because they put their money to work. They don't just consume. They also produce. So the way that your money can work for you are in like so many different ways, but the really key thing is invest. You need to be investing in something. So I don't care if that is your 401k at your job, that is retirement funding, long-term investing. Yes, that counts. If you don't have that, you need to create a Roth IRA, which is an individual retirement account. That's another form of investing. You can save up money to buy a rental property. You can create another business. It's legit so many ways to invest your money and make your money work for you. So that's the first lesson. The rich don't work for money. They let their money work for them. So every dollar needs to be doing something. The second lesson that really stood out to me is mind your own business. Chapter 3, mind your own business, probably one of my favorite chapters in the book. So let me explain a little bit about what he's talking about in that chapter. So a lot of us, and I have been guilty of it too, especially when I was in college and I knew nothing about money. I will always say, I want to earn 6 figures. I want to go into a field or an industry that makes a whole lot of money because I associated being rich with having a high income. But I am here to tell you today that that is not the truth. There's plenty of 6-figure earners, even 7-figure earners who live paycheck to paycheck because 1, they don't know how to manage their money, and 2, their money isn't working for them. They're not minding their business. So when we think about minding your business, use your income to create your assets. If you are a 9-to-5 employee, you don't own that income. You exchange your time for your money. You report to somebody, whatever. You have a job. You cannot control whether you are working today or tomorrow. Because if they want to let you go, they can. But I don't want us to think in that space. I want us to think in a space of, keeping your 9-to-5, keeping your job, whatever, and taking your income and turning your income into an asset. So when you focus on building assets instead of acquiring liabilities, then boom, you're minding your own business. So use your income to create assets, and that is how you mind your business. So now let's get into the third lesson. So knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. So these are things that we are not taught in school. These are things that, people don't really talk to us when we think about becoming rich and being wealthy and just doing all of this good stuff. But it's really important because you can't be rich without having assets. Like true wealth, you need to be a owner of something. So getting into the details of what the difference is between an asset and a liability. So an asset is anything that you own. So what do you own that can, 1, bring money to you or can produce some sort of cash flow now or in the future? What does your name has on it that has some sort of value? So it could be a home, it could be a business, a savings account, your retirement accounts, a brokerage account, whatever it is something that you own. So you have taken, let's just say you work and you got paid $500 and you took $200 and you invested into your Roth IRA. Now you have a living, breathing asset because you own that Roth IRA, and that Roth IRA is going to grow over time. It's going to grow over years. And then when you're ready for your Roth IRA to start paying you, you have that right. So that's the asset column. Versus liabilities. Liabilities are anything that take coins out of your pocketbook, out of your wallet, out of your bank account, whatever. So when we think about a liability, think about something that you are paying every single month that's taking money out of your pocket. So some people, they might think like, okay, I have a car and I'm gonna own it one day, but I don't own it yet. Is that an asset or is that a liability? In my personal opinion, that is a liability. Why? Because, and I'm just using my own self. I pay $280 a month for my car payment. That $280 that is coming out of my account to fund that car could have been $280 going into my Roth IRA or $280 going into my savings account. So anything that is pulling money out of your account is not an asset. And not only that, cars are depreciating. They call them depreciating assets, but I don't view a car as an asset, but they are depreciating assets. So the moment you drive your car off the lot, it decreases in value. So when you think about what you're putting your money in, always think, is this an asset or is this a liability? Is this bringing money into my pocket right now, or it will in the future? Or is this taking money out of my pocket right now and will continue to do in the future? So Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it really opened up my mindset just about how people build wealth and accumulate wealth, because we focus a lot on earning, but you have to go a step deeper. You got to dig a little bit deeper. After you earn that money, then what? What are you going to do with it? What properties are you going to acquire? I want you to start thinking about your life just like the game Monopoly. So when you play Monopoly and you keep going past goal, you get your $200, are you going to not buy any property? Are you not going to want to sell some property? Like, what is it that you're doing? What is it that your money, so your money can grow over time? So as far as Rich Dad Poor Dad, the gems are inside this book. I would highly recommend going to purchase the book just because it's just so good and it's very eye-opening. And one thing that really helped me when I was starting my personal finance journey and reading this book, because I was so fresh, I was so new, it was like, wow, like I'm getting all this information and nobody teaches us this. And on the cover of the book, it legit says, what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not. And I'm not gonna like bore you and talk about all of the good gems. Of course, you can see like how I have these sticky notes and it's highlighted all throughout my book, but it's so many things in here. So just to recap the 3 lessons: 1, the rich don't work for money. 2, mind your own business. 3, know the difference between an asset and a liability. And matter of fact, I'm gonna give a bonus one, because this one is something that I still live by to this day, and it is, don't work for money, work to learn. If you are in a space in your life right now where you are not working your dream job, or you're not in your dream career, or whatever that may look like for you, you need to be working to learn, not working for money. So let me explain it on a deeper level. So say for instance, I have a clothing line, and one day I want to be known as a very huge brand all across the globe. If I am not where I want to be right now with my clothing line, or I haven't even created yet, I need to get in a space of learning about the industry so that when it comes to my time to produce, I have all this background knowledge. So why not go get a retail job at Forever 21 or Foot Locker or Champs or any place else where you can basically immerse yourself in that culture? You can learn some behind the scenes off of somebody else's dime. So don't work for money, work to learn, because it goes back to the point that I said earlier. When you mind your business, it doesn't matter if you're making $30,000 a year or $300,000 a year, you can still be rich. It just really all depends on how you are making your money work for you. So if you manage your money well, you have your, your income coming in, your expenses are low, you know what's leaving out of your bank account, and you can afford to put that money to work, or let me rephrase that, you make it work to make your money to work for you, you can do it. So those are all of the gems that I have to share with you about Rich Dad Poor Dad. I hope that this video really inspired you to want to read more about the book and dig deeper into it, because I promise you, if you read it and you apply some of the things in this book to your life, you will legit be changed forever. And this is why reading, listening to podcasts, and all of that good stuff is so important to me, is because I do not care if you have $0. If you have something in this brain that God blessed you with, you have no limits. Legit, no limits. So Rich Dad Poor Dad is a great book to really transform your money mindset, to help you just get into the space of learning, growing, and just, taking your personal finances by storm. Because the worst thing that you can do is not do anything at all. That's really why I wanted to share these 3 lessons with you from Rich Dad Poor Dad and encourage you to buy the book. I'll have the link in the description box below where you can purchase it. I know for a fact if it has transformed my life and the lives of others, it can do the same thing for you. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like the video, comment, share, subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Be responsible, defy mediocrity, and build real wealth. Bye y'all, have a good one.